house code is 457900. Hi. Hi. Please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. If you do not know your PIN, please enter pound or hash. Hi. Please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. Thank you. If you do not know your PIN, please enter pound or hash. Okay. All right. Stop talking. Stop talking, lady. Okay. All right. Stop talking. All right. Hey, Wanda's in the house. Susan, my sister. Yay! Hi, Susan. And Vibe, hello, Vibe Tribe. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Susan. Hi, Barb. Hi, Linda. Okay, we had a little bit of a, we're just gonna get the sage lit, and I'm gonna send you guys some sage. I ordered some. Ooh! I don't want to set myself on fire. I hope you are all well. It's good to see you. And let me just get this lit so I can sage you all. And while I'm saging you all, let's turn the music on. Let's see if we can do this right this time. Let's try. Last week we couldn't do the music. Linda gave me a good idea. I have to get Sean to do the music over. We couldn't do the music. Linda. And oh, good, the sage is lit. Yay! Here you go. Here's some sage for you. I love this. This is a new batch. It smells delicious. And it is delicious. All right. I don't know. Maybe we won't do the music. We're not going to do the music because I'm not sure how it's going to sound. I have to work out the bells and whistles. So we're not going to cue the music until we get everything, all the bells and whistles working properly. But in the meantime, here's some sage. Delicious, delicious, delicious sage for you. Yes, yum. I hope you are feeling the vibes. Oh, it smells heavenly. So while we're waiting for folks to come in, I want to welcome the new subscribers that we have on the Indigo Room on YouTube. We have 3 new subscribers this week. We have Niha Goyal Sharim. I hope I said that correctly. Niha. I hope I said it right. Your last name. Ward Price. Thank you for joining us. And Venetia, my friend, my sister from England across the pond. She finally subscribed. She was found us on YouTube, on TalkShoe, and became a friend. And she also visited me here twice in the United States. So she came to my house and hung out with me for a little while. It was really cool. Listen, you all can come and hang out with the kids if you want to. So let me put this phone down someplace so I don't have an echo. Let's see if we have an echo. Yeah, we still have an echo. I don't know why. Let me see if I can somehow get this correctly. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to record on the conference call. So let me try and see if I can mute myself and if that works. Okay, let's see. Tonight, well, welcome to the Indigo Room, first of all. Hiss and Sage. And tonight we are discussing the I Am Discourses. And the Indigo Room is where we discuss all things spiritual. And by that I mean that we are non-physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be delicious, even when it's a little wicky-wacky. I hope you all had a great week. I had a really pretty good week, even though it's Wednesday. This is hump day. Hump day! Like the camel. And I had a pretty good week. You know why? Why did I have a pretty good week? You know why I had a pretty good week? Because I've been focusing on my I am statements. I've been focusing on my I am consciousness. I've been focusing. I am not playing. So I want to also thank Barb for her wonderful love donation this week. Thank you, Barb. I love you. You're awesome. And I want to also look at this. Look at that. This is Palo Santo. I never can say it correctly. Palo Santo wood. It's also very healing to burn. So if you have never tried it, you should. I burn it with the sage. Let me just look at that flame. Look, focus on the flame, y'all. Put your mind right in there. Focus on that flame. Feel the energy of the flame. Linda, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off the phone for a minute because we get an echo so that we can hear you talk. Because I'd rather hear you talk. There you go. Oh my God, it smells heavenly. I wish you were here so you can smell it. So I'm going to send some to you over there. All right, let's see if we can hear Linda. Hey, Linda.
Hey, Sydney. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
All right. Let's see if we can
How's everybody tonight?
But we still have an echo, which is kind of weird. It's driving me nuts. But everybody can hear you, Linda.
Good.
Oh, you know why? I have the let me turn this, let me mute this. That's why. Okay, now I'm good. Now I can hear you, Linda.
Good.
I was like, why am I getting this echo? But this sacred wood is beautiful to burn around your home, to burn around yourself, and it smells delicious, and it's very, very, very healing. Hey, Rain. Rain is in the, oh no, is that Rain? No, that's Gary. Gary's in the house. Hi, Gary.
Woohoo.
Gary's here. Holy moly. Stopping by to feel the
Yay.
love. Funke 00 is in the house as well. Welcome, Funke 00. It's good to see you. So we were trying to do the music. Let me see if I can cue the music now. Hopefully there won't be an echo and we can get the party started. All right, I'm going to try. That's all we can do. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. I'm taking try out of my vocabulary. We're going to do this. We're going to cue the music and it's going to work this time. Right, Linda? We're not trying.
Yep.
We're going to cue. There we go.
Here we go, it's the Indigo, send the best of this, yes, so let's go. Brainwave super higher play, manifest your world, shaking the one day. Shift up, make moves inspired, change up, work first, taking you higher. Refocus, spread it, get first like sesame. Tap, choose up, use, make it move, and find the way, can you touch the sky and level high? And spirit responds with change, so yes, I invite you to come on through. See how we do it, Indigo Room, yeah.
Welcome to the Indigo Room. Hi.
You disappeared, Sydney.
Huh?
Your image disappeared in the Hangout.
Yeah, it should have. Hopefully. Hopefully it disappeared.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully it disappeared because I'm sharing some stuff with you guys and it didn't come out right. So, this episode of the Indigo Room is brought to you by Barb Jacobs, Jules Egan, Ray Harvey, BJ Moore, and Stephanie Archer. And if you would like to join the Indigo Room and the Raise Your Vibe tribe, you can email us at theindigoroom@gmail.com for details. To make a love donation to the Indigo Room, you can do that with Cash App, and our Cash App is $the Indigo Room Show, or you can click the link down below in the comments for PayPal. And that's how you will be able to help the Indigo Room grow. And, you know, that's how we do it. So hopefully that worked. Did y'all see that? Or no, it was just black. Was it just a black screen?
Yes.
Oh, for the love of peacefulness. It's not supposed to be a black screen. It's supposed to show you this. Okay, let's do this one more time. Let's try it one more time. Okay. Share. Present to everyone. And it should be showing you that the Indigo Room episode is brought to you by Barb Jacobs, Jules Egan, and Ray Harvey, BJ Moore, and Stephanie Archer. Now do you see it?
No.
Wow. Okay. It's not working for me today. I don't know why. But okay. That's what the deal is. It says hooray. Okay. So anyway, that's what we wanted to do. I had it all set up. It was supposed to work perfectly, but you know, that's what happens with technology. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, welcome to the Indigo Room, and you can join us on Facebook. You can join us on Facebook at the Indigo Room Creating Our Reality, or you can join us on Instagram, which is the Indigo Room Show, or you can follow me on Twitter, Sydney584, or you can follow me on Facebook, which is Sydney Chase, and Instagram is Sydney584. So tonight we are discussing the I am statements, and we are reading the I am discourses. We're discussing the I am discourses and the I am statements. Linda, I'm going to mute you just for a minute. And mute your, there we go. And you'll be able to follow along with us. We're reading the I Am Discourses book, and we're in chapter 8. But before we do that, as you know, we don't read the entire book. We just read some highlights that I found that are perfect for us. And then we share and we talk a little bit. But the topic of today's show is, again, very, very important. And it is, what are your thoughts? Are your thoughts creating your reality? Are your thoughts creating your reality? And how are they doing that? Because if you look around yourself, if you look around your situation, if you look around your environment, if you look around where you are right now, you will see what you've created with your thoughts. And if you don't like it, you can change it. And how do you change it? Well, that's what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. I want to just check a little bit in the chat room and welcome everybody. If I didn't say hello to you, I want to say hello to you now. I said hello to Funky00. Yes, don't try. I didn't try, and I did it, and it didn't work. BJ Moore, hi BJ, it's good to see you. And let's see. I think I got everybody. I think I said hello to everybody. Wanda, Gary, Linda, BJ, Barb, Susan, my sister, and Linda. Linda, a lovely, lovely. No, you're not having technical issues, BJ. It was me. It wasn't you. It was me. So three questions that I want you to focus on tonight when we're discussing the I AM discourses. And I put them up here. I don't know if you can see them. I'll move it, see if I can move it a little bit closer. What are some thoughts I can let go? What are some new thoughts about this situation, whatever the situation is, that feel better and different? Now, they don't have to be perfect. They just have to feel better, and they just have to feel a little bit different than the thoughts you're thinking now and the thoughts you're feeling now. And what am I willing to let go and think? What am I willing to let go to think and feel differently? What are you willing to let go? Are you willing to let go of Game of Thrones? I'm not. But I let go of some other shows. What are you willing to let go? What are you willing to give up so that you have time to focus on your I am statements, focus on changing your thought process? Because, Einstein says, if you keep thinking the same thing and keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, that is what we call insanity. So when you decide that there's something that you can give up so that you can really focus on your I am presence, you can really focus on creating your reality, you can really focus on your imagination, that's when things start to pop, and that's when things start to shift and change for you. I had a great day at work today. Just let me tell you, because y'all know how I feel about my job right now. I'm feeling wonderful. That's how I'm feeling about my job right now. And so when you do that, when you start to change your thoughts, change your feelings, things start to shift and things start to happen that you did not expect. Now, let me just say one thing. You may get fired. You may get fired from that job. If you really decided to do something different, you may get fired. That is not a bad thing. That just means that the universe is working in your favor. See, sometimes we look at things that happen and we think that they're bad because we're basing them on feelings that we've had in the past. Now, I didn't get fired. I'm just saying. I am just saying that sometimes the universe has to move us from the place that we are at, which is, it could be a hard place, right? I mean, it could be a hard move, not a hard place, but a hard move. And in order for us to get from point A to point B, the universe has to move us. And sometimes the move is hard, and sometimes the move shakes you up because you're like, oh my God, I didn't want that to happen. Why did you do that, universe? I didn't want to get fired. I just wanted a new job. Well, you were dilly-dallying. You were taking too long. You were trying to make a decision. You were just not following your intuition. You had thoughts, you had feelings. You were like, oh yes, I'm doing all of this, Sydney. It feels so good. It feels so great. And then you get fired. That doesn't feel good. But that was the only way that the universe could get you to finally get yourself up out of your seat and move. This has happened to me twice when I was trying to leave a position. This time, I'm not going to be so stubborn. I'm not going to be stubborn. I'm out, right? So you just move your position, whatever the position is, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Maybe it's a relationship, and you're hemming and you're hawing, and you know in your gut, you know in your solar plexus, you know in your heart, but your mind is saying, well, the last time you did this, you know what happened. It didn't work out. The last time you followed your intuition, things didn't go well. The last time, you can't base anything that you're doing right now on the last time. You just can't. If you want something new, you can't base it on the last time. So write those questions down, put them in a little notebook if you have one. And what are some thoughts I can let go? What are some new thoughts about this situation that feel better or different? And what am I willing to let go to think and feel different, feel differently about the situation? What am I willing to let go? Are you doing things that'll just like, it's like when I found Dr. Sabi, okay? And I was like, listen, I'm not getting rid of chicken. I'm not getting rid of fish, no matter what you tell me. I'm not doing it. I love chicken. I love fish. I'm not doing it. I can't do this plant-based diet. I'm not doing it. And I realized that there's some things that I have to let go if I want to have the results that I want. And when I finally said, okay, finally, I'm going to let go of chicken. I'm going to let go of fish. Well, there are so many things that replaced those things that I thought I could never, ever let go. And I'm having fun. So some of the things you think you can't let go, you can let go. You have to change habits. You have to change things that you did before, because those things that you did before are not getting the results that you want today. You're a new person. So let that stuff go. Let it go. Let it go. Linda said, yes, for me, I have been fired twice, and both times I had much better jobs with a much better rate of pay. I'm going to open this up now, Linda. I think I can hear you without the echo. So if you want to just say that out loud so the people can hear you like they used to, you can go ahead and do. Oh, let me unmute you. That would be great, right? That would be an awesome thing. Hold on a second. Oops. I'm also, okay, there you go, Linda.
Okay. All right. Yes, for me, I've been fired twice, and both times I've had much better jobs with a much better rate of pay, and they were substantial. We're talking $5 to $10 more an hour, and they had more flexible time, and I got to work a whole bunch of different jobs, and I did that for 8 years. It was great.
That's awesome. That's fabulous. And that's exactly what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're saying. Sometimes the fear gets in the way of your manifestation, the fear of the unknown, because you have the known here. But universe, God, Goddess says, okay, we heard you. Just take the step. It's one of the things that I love about my sons. They're kind of like their mom. They sometimes, we all get fears. We all have trepidations. Don't get me wrong. Don't even think that I don't have the fear. And I'm sure Linda had the fear before she decided to you know, when she was sitting there thinking about leaving the job before she got fired, right, Linda?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Terrified.
because the fear comes first. The fear comes first. And then, you know, you're like, okay, well, all right. So if I look like, wait, I need one more paycheck. If I do this paycheck, and then, you know, then I can quit this day so I can put my time in. You know, the universe says, yeah, you know what? You're leaving now. Boss comes in. Guess what? Your services are no longer required. Pack your stuff and get to stepping. You're like, oh, I got fired. Because it's devastating. Who wants to be fired? But sometimes that's the only way it can get you to move. So trust and believe that even in the middle of being fired, you are following your intuition, you're following your gut, you're following the divine, you're following the divine, and you are able, you will land on your feet. You'll be okay. Trust me. It's happened to me 2 times already. And it happened to Linda. Trust. So tonight we are going to tickle our amygdala, as we always do. And I feel like that was a word for somebody. Maybe it was just a word for me, but I feel like it was a word for somebody. There's something coming for you guys if that's what you need to do. I mean, maybe it's that you want to start your own business. Maybe it's something, maybe there's a new company that you want to be in. Listen, my son who moved to Japan, he did not have a clue how this was going to manifest for him. And I told him, look, just put your applications in, because he wanted to leave. He wanted to do something different. I said, just put your applications in. What's the hurt? What can hurt you? The only thing that can happen is they say no, and you're still here. And well, that didn't happen. They said yes. And can you decide not to go back to the United States? Can you stay here on your vacation? Found an apartment like that. Riding his bike to his job now. Living in Japan. This was his dream. I'm telling you, my kids are great manifestors. They don't even realize how great they are, but they are. So I'm just saying, let that go. Focus on these 3 thoughts. Put it in your notebook and see what you can let go so that you can have the dreams, the goals, the desires that you want to have. Let it go. And the reason why I can tell you that is because I'm using it myself. And I can't tell you that I'm not using it if I'm not using it. So I'm using it myself. I can't share it with you if I'm not doing it. I'm doing it. So if you need to do something, let something go. Relationship, home, house, family. I don't know what it is. But think those 3 questions. Check on those 3 questions. Write them out. Go inside and figure it out. And let yourself move into the dreams and desires that you want. Okay, so we're going to tickle our amygdala. That's what we're going to do right now. So I want you to all grab your feather. Before we tickle our amygdala, I just want to check the chat and see if anybody had anything else to say. Wanda says, I have walked off jobs because of stress and have gotten better ones as well. But you knew you needed to go. I have walked off jobs too. Walked right on out. See you later. Bye. I gotta go. So I agree. That may be something you need to do. Now, I'm not telling you if you're not prepared mentally, if you're not prepared spiritually, if you haven't been doing your work, you got to do your work. You got to do your work. And you can't be stressed out and you can't have no fear. But you got to do your mental work, and then you got to let it go, and then you can, walk off in confidence. I'm walking around like a confident queen that I am, because I know my worth. Folks don't know my worth. It's none of their business, but I know mine. Okay, so Wanda said, absolutely. The I am we're going to tickle our amygdala. So I want you to grab your feather. If you know what your feather looks like. Wanda said, I saw another one ahead in my imagination because you did the work. That's what I'm saying. If you do the work, then the manifestation follows. Neville says that the signs do not precede, they follow. So they follow the work that you do. You just don't get a sign out of nowhere because, you weren't thinking about it, you weren't imagining it, you weren't feeling it. All of a sudden, the sign shows up and says, "Oh yes, we want to give you the world." That's not how the universe works. You are doing stuff in your imagination, whether willingly knowing that you're doing it or unknowing that you're doing it, but you're doing stuff in your imagination, and it always corresponds to what you have put in your spirit, what you have put in your thoughts, what you have put in your feeling. And as you drift off to sleep tonight, feel good about whatever it is, whatever the situation is. Feel good about that. Get into a good feeling place. And that's where these questions are going to help you to be able to do that. Grab your feather. Grab your feather. Imagine that you have your feather in your hands. Feather. Imagine the color and the bristles of your feather. What do they feel like? What do they look like? What does your feather look like? Just feel those bristles. Close your eyes and feel those bristles of the feather. Mine is purple, white, and gold. And run your hand up and down the feather for a minute just so that you can get an idea of what it feels like in your imagination. Take a deep breath, relax. Let all the tension out of your body. And then raise the feather up to your forehead, the center of your forehead. Let's all do it together. And then tickle your amygdala to the right. And then tickle your amygdala to the left. Pull the feather out of your mind, out of your head. And this helps light up your frontal lobe. And your frontal lobe is where your third eye is. And this is where all of your ideas and problem solving comes along. This is where all of that thought process comes along. And don't forget, and remember, not don't forget, but remember to like the video while you're in here, while you're here. Click the like button. Don't forget or remember to comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't done that. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when we post new content, new lives. When we go live, you'll be able to know that. But also what it does is if you like this video, other videos like it will come up in your feed. You'll get to see all of the stuff that I get to see. It's kind of cool. Kind of fun. All right, so we are going to jump into the I Am Discourses tonight. Again, we're reading chapter 8 of the I Am Discourses. And I'm going to, Linda, do you want to read tonight as well? Hold on, let me get over here. I don't know if you want to, but you're more than welcome. Do you want to read as well tonight, Linda? Because we haven't had you read in a long time. It would be nice.
As long as I know where you want me to start and stop.
Okay. All right. Yay! Linda used to read with us all the time in the Indigo room, and it would be nice to hear you read as well this week. I also want to thank all of the Indigo room, before we get started, all of the Indigo room roomies over there on TalkShoe. TalkShoe has changed its terms and conditions, and we will probably be leaving TalkShoe. So I'm just putting that out there. If you are a TalkShoe subscriber, we are going to probably be leaving as we move closer to July, which is our anniversary, July 7th, 2019. We are going to be moving away from TalkShoe. So you'll be able to watch the videos here, but we'll find another place if you want to listen to the podcast. Maybe Spotify, I don't know. But I'm going to be looking for a new place. And that way we don't have to worry about our content being taken down and deleted and removed. And just letting people know right up front, TalkShoe has changed its terms and conditions, and we will probably be moving from TalkShoe. So if you follow us on TalkShoe, you do want to keep track of where we are. Come join us here on the Indigo Room in YouTube so that you can be up to date when we start doing a podcast someplace else. All right. I just forgot to say that in the beginning. I want to say that now. Okay, so we are reading the discourse, and the invocation says, "Thou mighty, all-pervading presence, thou all-pervading I am, we give praise and thanks for the happiness pervading those under this radiation. We give praise and thanks that the simple key to perfect happiness may be given to bless and to anchor these children of God into their own firm dominion. We give praise for the harmony maintained within each student, and that they feel the necessity to continue it. We give praise that I am everywhere present, controlling every outer activity and bringing it into perfection. I bring greetings to you always." That's the invocation from Saint Germain. And Saint Germain, if you just new to the Indigo Room, Saint Germain was the archangel, or the higher being that transcribed all of these I Am discourses, and we actually really enjoy them immensely. So we're going to read. We don't read the whole thing of this book. We only do that with the. I keep hearing a bird. Do you hear the bird? We only do that with the resurrection. So the discourse, and I'll let Linda know what sections that she would like to read. So it gives me a little bit of a break in my throat here, my throat chakra. But the discourse, it starts on page 88, and we're in discourse 8. That which everyone seeks is happiness, sometimes called bliss, and yet many who have sought so earnestly have unknowingly continued to pass by the key to this happiness. We do. We pass by this key to happiness. I know I've passed by the key. I'll be walking down the street just feeling all kinds of wicky-wacky in my thought process, in my mind, just going, she gets on my nerves, or, oh, I got to pay this bill, or what. Just walking past the key to happiness. Well, where is it? Let's see. The simple key to perfect happiness and its inherent sustaining power is self-control and self-correction. This is so easy to accomplish when one has learned she is the I Am presence and intelligence controlling and commanding all things. I think that's something that you all might want to write down. I am the I Am presence and intelligence controlling and commanding all things. Can you think that highly of yourself? Because I know I do. And I say these types of I am statements to myself all day long. All day. Like when I get a break, when I'm walking around, somebody's talking to me, I'll say stuff, when they're talking like they're just talking stuff that I have no interest in. But I'm paying attention. I'm listening to them. And in my mind, though, I'm going, I am the intelligence, controlling and commanding all things. Surrounding each individual is a thought world. What is your thought world? Is your thought world, that's the topic, that's the title of this show, is your thought world creating your reality? Right? I think that's the topic. Surrounding each individual is a thought world created by him or her. Within this thought world is the seed, the divine presence, the I Am, which is the only acting presence there is in the universe and which directs all energy. This energy can be intensified beyond any limit through the conscious activity of the individual. The divine presence within is likened unto the pit or seed of a peach, the thought world around it unto the pulp of the peach. The pulp represents not only the thought world created by the individual, but also the universal electronic substance ever present, waiting to be acted upon by the conscious determination of the individual, to be precipitated into his visible use as the form of whatsoever he may desire. So think about that for a minute. Just ponder that for a minute. The divine presence is like the pit or seed of a peach. So in us, the divine presence would be within, right? And the pulp and all that, the blood and guts and all that, that would be on the outside. That would be the thought world, right? So inside, we have this divine presence. So inside this peach is the seed. That would be the divine presence. That's why I love Sabi, because he tells us not to eat anything without seeds in it. Does that make sense? Do you get that? Does everybody understand what he's saying? BJ says she's now watching us on her Apple TV. All right now. Well, see, I didn't know you could do that. Does that make sense? Okay. We're going to move on a little bit. The sure pathway to the understanding and use of the conscious power comes through self-control. What do I mean by self-control? First, the recognition of the I am intelligence as the only acting presence. This is important. I want you to just ponder that for a minute, because it's really important. It's really powerful. If you can write this down, I wish you would all have a notebook and not just sit here and listen to me rant and rave. I wish you would have a notebook and take notes, because it's really important. The I am presence. The first recognition of the I am intelligence is the only acting presence. So I am is the only acting presence. If you can say that to yourself, if you can use that in an I am statement, if you can write it down for yourself, it's really key. I write that down for myself. Second, that knowing this, we know there is no limit to the power of its use. There's no limit. There's no limit to it. It's endless. It just goes on and on and on. Third, that individuals, having been given free will and choice, do create in the world about them whatsoever their thought through their attention is held firmly upon. And also your feeling, as what Neville talks about. Your feeling and the thought about that feeling. And this is why I have these questions. What am I willing to let go to think and feel differently, or think and feel better? You don't even have to feel better. Just think and feel differently. This is what I'm asking you to do. Just differently about the situation. How can I feel differently? Your feelings are very powerful. That's what when you go to sleep and you're feeling wicky-wacky about whatever situation it is, you are giving your subconscious instructions. You're giving your imagination instructions unless you change it. And you will wake up the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, having the same situation and not having a resolution. So we want resolution. We want constructive thoughts, not destructive thoughts. We want to follow our intuition, and our intuition will guide us, but it can only guide us by the information that our subconscious is giving. It doesn't supersede it, doesn't go above that. It doesn't say, oh, I thought I heard Sydney say she wanted $10,000, but she feels, she's feeling so lackful. She's feeling so broke. She's feeling so unabundant. But let's just supersede that and give it to her anyway. It doesn't work like that. not the sustaining abundance that we all desire, no matter what the subject is, no matter what the topic is. That's why I love Doxy. That's why I share Doxy with you all, and I suggest that you put him on your headphones as you're drifting off to sleep. Because if you can't work in your imagination, you're just stagnant and you don't have the ability to do it, put Doxy on your headphones as you drift off to sleep. It helps to change your subconscious thoughts. Okay. So third, that individuals having been given free will and choice do create in the world about them whatsoever their thought through their attention is held firmly upon. The time has arrived when all must understand that thought and feeling are, see, the feeling. It's the feeling, thought and feeling. Feeling is the key. Feeling is the secret. Thought and feeling are the only and mightiest creative power in life or in the universe. It's thought and feeling. Thought and feeling. You can have I am healthy, wealthy, rich, and free all day long till the cows come home. But if you're feeling broke as Cuda Brown, y'all may not know who Cuda Brown is, and poor Cuda, because we always put bad stuff on Cuda Brown. But if you're feeling as broke as Cuda Brown, maybe that should be the title of the show. I'm feeling as broke as Cuda Brown. If you're feeling as broke as Cuda Brown, no matter how many times you say, I am rich, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am free, it is your feeling, the dominant feeling that creates for you. It's the dominant feeling. So if you're sitting there going, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am happy, I am free. I am happy, I am wealthy, I am. Oh, what did she say again? Oh my God, this Sydney, she really gets on my freaking nerves. And I don't even know what she's talking about because I am broke as Cuda Brown. Me and Cuda, we're just broke. You're just going to continue in the brokenness. You're just going to continue in that really raggedy relationship that you've been in. You're just going to continue to not have the joy, the happiness, the wonderful feelings, the wonderful experiences that you would like to have. It's not what you want that you attract, it's what you are. So it's really important to figure out how you're feeling and, change those feelings. Okay. The time has arrived when all must understand that thought and feeling are the only and mightiest creative power in life and in the universe. Thus, the only way to the definite use of the full power of one's thought and feeling. Don't forget the feeling. Please don't forget the feeling, because that's important. I got the feeling, right? You want to get the feeling, which is God in action, is through self-control, self-correction, by which one may quickly reach the attainment, the understanding, whereby he may direct and use this creative thought power without any limit whatsoever. So if you can quickly shift, catch yourself like I talked about on Sunday, like I talked about last week, how I caught myself because I was feeling all, I should have said, I should have done, I caught myself and quickly rearranged how I might feel better. I could still be wallowing in what I shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda said, done, whatever. But I changed that. And you have the ability to change what it is that you're feeling and what it is that if you can change your feeling, that's the most powerful thing, because your thoughts and your feelings are what creates. Susan said, laughing out loud. What you laughing at, me? That's my sister, y'all, in case you didn't know. That's my real life sister. We were raised together by the same parents. She's part of my soul tribe, too. Linda, would you like to read the next two chapters, which is when sufficient self-control is enabled. And I will let me just unmute you here for a minute. Read on page 90, it says, when sufficient control is attained, the next three chapters. Would you like to do that?
The next 3 paragraphs, you mean?
I'm sorry. Yeah, the next 3 paragraphs. Sorry.
Already.
Thank you, Linda. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. When sufficient self-control is attained, it enables individuals to hold the thought steady upon a given desire, likened unto the flame of an acetylene torch held immovable. Thus, thought and feeling held upon a given desire unwaveringly, with the consciousness that is the I am presence and intelligence, thinking that it is God in action, they will then understand that they may bring into visibility, precipitate into visibility whatever they desire. It has been proven in 1,000 ways that the effect of a thing cannot bring happiness. Only by the understanding of the cause operating may the individual become master in his world. Each individual, knowing that he is the creator of his own world and what he wishes to have manifest in it, will understand that he has at no time any right to create anything discordant in another's world. Thus is each individual left free to meet the effect of his own creative cause. I rejoice exceedingly to see the success with which each student under this radiation is coming into the mastery and control of the outer self. Here I must say to them, beloved students, could you but understand and see the magnificent splendor of achievement before you through asserting self-control over the outer activity, you would bend every effort, every moment to attaining control and mastery over all outer expression.
Thank you, Linda. It's so good to hear you read again. Yay! That was awesome. Thank you. I just want to go back to that one paragraph that Linda just read us, which says, when sufficient self-control is attained, it enables individuals to hold the thought steady upon a given desire. So it's just like when Neville was talking about his brother, and his brother for 2 years, walked back and forth 2 times a day past that building and saw his family's name on the building. He did that for 2 years straight, every day. Every day he did it. Some of us do a thing for a week. Excuse me. Some of us do things for 24 hours. And we go, Sydney, I didn't have no results. It didn't work. You know, you have so much resistance built up, right? You hear a word, you have so much resistance built up. Sometimes, some of us, it takes a little bit longer. Some people can let go of their resistance immediately. They hear the word and they go, oh my God, that's it? That's all I have to do? And they do it. Some of us have doubt. We're doubting Thomases, and that's okay, but it's going to take us a little bit longer. Some of us, it may take years. Just like Neville's brother, 2 years. Some of us may take 3 years. It may take 5 years for us to finally go, you know what? I give up. I'm just letting it, forget it. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You look around and you go, why? Because we forget what we did. We forget all of the things, all of the techniques that we did, all of the imagination we did. And then we go and we sit down and we have doubt, worry, fear, and we go, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. But you still wake up every day. You still wake up every day and you still keep going. You're still here on the planet. So if you're still here on the planet, guess what? Your manifestation is coming. if you're still here, then whatever it was that you created in the past has the opportunity to show up today if you just move yourself on out of the way and let go and let God. I know that saying, that phrase is like, trite, and it's very what do they call that word? It's something that's used all the time. Let go, let God. But you really can let go. You really can let it go. If you start to realize and start to look at what are some of the things that I'm thinking about, what are some of the beliefs that I have about this particular situation right now? Why is it not moving? Because you haven't moved out of the way. That's why. Okay, so thank you, Linda, for bringing your voice into the show today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we have you now. I just want to read one more thing on page 91. And this is something that you all might want to write down if you do not have the book. If you do have the book, highlight it and then write it down in your notebook. Because I find that when I write the things down that I find in books, I write them down on books of my own, and I make them my own, then they become my own, and it's easier for me to remember them. You may find a different way, but that way works for me. It says, where your consciousness is, there you are. Think about that. So if your consciousness right now is in hell, that's where you have taken yourself. You have taken yourself into a hellish situation. You're sitting there, you're thinking about, why has he said this to me? Why is he treating me this way? Why is she treating me this way? Why did I move here? What am I doing? Why did I take this job? Oh my God, I can't stand these people. You have, where your consciousness is, there you are. For I am everywhere. Everywhere. Long dwelling in consciousness that there was space, great distance, or that there is time, is all the outer creation of man. So if you think that something can't happen because there's time and it's space and it's, that's resistance. You are deciding how things are going to roll. You're deciding that it can or cannot happen because I'm here and he's in England, or I'm here and she's in Uzbekistan. I'm here and he's in Nigeria. It's not going to work. You've put that on. Man has put that on us. We've collectively decided that these things can't happen because I'm too far away. I can't be effective. And therefore, to step through this gossamer veil that separates your outer consciousness from its full inner power and activity is but a state of thought and feeling. Who talks about states and thoughts of feeling? Neville. So if you move from one state to a different state, you can change your reality. I don't care what anybody tells you. I know this to be true because I've done it myself, and there are people here in this chat room right now, because I'm going to go look, who have done the same thing. They have moved from one state to a different state and created the thing and allowed the thing that they wanted to have manifest for them. I'm going to look in the chat because I know there's people in there that have done that. Susan said, Cuda Brown. Ubiquitous. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for that word. And yes, Barb, cliche. That's the word I was looking for before. So how many of you have done what I just talked about? I know Gary has. I know Wanda has. I know Susan has. BJ has. Barb has. I'm sure Funke has. I don't know. Funke 00, what's going on with you? I haven't. You come into the chat and then you're very quiet. You can share some. I'm not calling you out. If you want to share, you're allowed to. Linda said, I have. And Barb says, yes, for sure. From one state to another takes a second. Absolutely. Funke00 says, yep. So you move from one state to another. State of mind. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you can Google Neville Goddard and how he talks about moving from one state of consciousness, one state of mind. It's a state of mind, moving from one state of mind to a different state of mind and allowing that state of mind to become the dominant state. Susan said, yes, just takes a second, Barb. It's just true. Wanda says, most definitely. I know Gary has done that. So I want you to, as best as you can. Now, here's the thing. We've all done it, but are we doing it now? And if we're not doing it now, what am I willing to let go to think and feel differently? What are some thoughts I can let go? There may be situations that you haven't done that with. There are situations that I know I've done that with, and there are situations that I haven't done that with. So what are some of the things that you can let go, and how can you let those go? And I'm going to turn over to Linda again, if she's willing, and I'm going to do page 92, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs on page 92, starting with, to take your firm stand, Linda. I'd love to hear you join us again. To take your firm stand is where we're starting from.
Okay. To take your firm stand. I am the power of my complete self-control, forever sustained, will make it easier for you to gain this mastery. Students must be conscious that when they recognize the I am presence acting, it is impossible for it to be interrupted or interfered with in any way. No, there is no time nor space. Then the knowing of the vastness of eternity is within your grasp. To enter a higher sphere than your physical world in full consciousness is but an adjusting and changing of your consciousness. How do we do this? Answer: by knowing we are consciously there. Affirm often. Through the power of the electronic circle which I have created, I am no longer touched by any doubts or fears. I joyously grasp the scepter which I am and step boldly forth into any of these higher spheres that I wish, retaining perfectly clear conscious memory of my activity there. In this way, one may quickly find him or herself enjoying limitless freedom and the perfect happiness of being active in any sphere he chooses. To be aware of what is 1,000 years in advance is as easily and readily attained, in fact more so, as going to your library in search of a book. The greater delusion the outer consciousness of mankind is built up, creating time and space in its belief, has been the great stumbling block to humanity's freedom.
Whew. When I read that, that just gave me chills. Because I used to ask often, just random people, who created time? Like, where did that come from? Who has decided that it is 1 o'clock on Saturday morning? Like this, how did that come about? I don't understand time. It doesn't make sense to me, right? I don't even like wearing a watch, but I do because I'm supposed to be at a certain place for where I work so that I get paid every week. I'm supposed to be there at a certain time. So that's why I put this watch on. I can't, this is not me. I'm not a watch wearing person. Who came up with that? I used to ask all the time. Time and space. What? Who? What? Who decided that time was time? Where did that come from? Us. We created that. We did that. We created this whole thing. And Saint Germain is saying that is a stumbling block for us. We stumble all the time with time. All the time with time. We stumble. Because certain things can't manifest, can't happen in during this amount of time because I need X, Y, Z. I have to do A, B, C, D, E, F. Listen, I break time barriers every day when I go to work because I decide I play in my mind. I play and I say, okay, I am on time today. Even when it looks like I am not on time, I say, okay, I'm on time today. I'm on time today. I'm on time today. I play with spirit. And sometimes I can get in a zone and time folds. Literally. There is no good and daggone way that if I woke up at this particular time that I should be on time, considering that I have to take 3 modes of transportation, I be on time to work. And some days I am so in the zone that time folds. Literally. It has happened. Has that ever happened to you, Linda?
Yes, many
Yes.
times. I play with that a lot.
Yes. You must play. The universe is playful and it will respond and it will play with you if you allow it and stop taking every single thing so seriously. Play, play, and let go of some of these wicky wacky thoughts. Just play. I'm not even saying try, just play. Get in there and play with the universe. Today I was playing with a little boy on the bus. There was a bar in between me and his eyes. And I'm just peeking over and he's peeking over. I'm peeking down. He's peeking. And we were just playing. I don't know who this little boy was, but I had a ball. That's how you need to play with the universe. Just see what works. Put it in your mind that you're going to be on time this particular day. Put it in your mind that I'm going to have fun today. Put it in your mind that you are going to feel good today. Put it in your mind that you are going to allow spirit to play with you. Play, be like little children and have fun and see what you can manifest and create. Just play. Okay. I'm stopping with my rant. I do want to get back to the reading. Okay, wait. Everybody says Susan said yes. This takes a second, Barb. Tis true. And Wanda said most definitely. Funk 800 said she moved my family to another state and had no place to live. What happened? Funky, because you must be living someplace now and it must be a delicious story. You need to email me so I can make a little video like I did with Sharon. I still haven't posted it yet. And tell your story so that we can share it, because your stories, you Indigo Room peeps, your stories will encourage others. Understand me. Y'all all have stories and I would love to put them up in story time with Sydney. You don't have to do it. I can do it for you. Just tell me what your story is and I'll, create a video. Susan said, oh, yes, time, love the contemplation of this human construct. And Bob says, there's only the present moment. Right. Absolutely. And Susan says, time bending. I use it all the time. Susan says, the human construct of time was developed during the Industrial Revolution to literally control the masses. Wanda says, absolutely, a human construct. It makes me feel bound. Funk800, thank you. You will email me. Now, are you okay in your new state? Because if you only can help you in the Indigo Room, just let me know. We'll hook you up, sis. But I think you're okay. I think what you were trying to tell us where you're okay, but maybe not. And if you're not, we'll definitely want to sit down and talk to you, okay? And we can help you with that. She said, I'll email you. Awesome. So let's see. We're almost, let me see how far we have left. We might have to do this in 2 episodes. I don't know. Because I get to talking. I get on my soapbox, and then we go a little bit longer. To discuss the seeming inability, shortcomings, or faults of your friends, which I'm guilty, and associates, but builds that element about which your discussion rests within your own consciousness, and also adds to the appearance which seems to be in the other individual. And that's what Neville talks about as well. So you have to change your consciousness. You have to change your perception of that person, because what you're doing is, when you're sending out that energy, it's just coming back and resting in you. This is why I love Neville and the I am statements, and that's why we're doing them together, because they piggyback off each other. Some people have told me, well, I don't think Neville and the I am statements go together. Well, think whatever you want. I don't really care. Because to me, they do. So we're on page 93, and I'm just going over some of the highlights in this book. Few understand that when their attention is called to some destructive thing, how much and how often they allow the attention to go back to it, or if another has displeased them in some way, how much and how often the attention returns to that incident when they have the full power to control their attention and make it obey their commands. When I broke up with the person that I was dating in 2016, because, he rolled up in my house and stayed here for a while. I didn't tell you all that. I kept it quiet. But that's pretty much when I let the Indigo room go, because this particular person beat me up so bad in my mind, and I allowed that person to have control of my thoughts and my feelings and my emotions. And I would go to those places that he would touch that were raw, right? And my attention would go back to those places, and I would feel so bad, and I would feel like a fraud, and I would feel badly because I couldn't get to a place of feeling good, because I listened to this person beat me down and tell me what a terrible person that I was. And I was letting them live in my house, paying their rent, paying their food, but I wasn't a good enough person. And I felt so terrible. And I was like, well, Dad, if the person that supposedly I'm supposed to be in a relationship with, that I love and that loves me, is telling me that, what do you all think? How can I come sit on the Indigo room if I'm such a fraud? And then we had, the election that happened at the same time. But my attention would go back and go back and go back to those hurtful, terrible things that this person was saying to me and about me. So one day I just wrote a real big letter to myself. I still carry it around, because occasionally, every once in a while, I have a little and then I go open it up and I go, you are not these things. And I looked at this letter that I wrote to myself about everything that he said I was, and reminded myself that I wasn't these things. This was, I don't even know how I went. When you're an empath, sometimes you attract people who are narcissists. It happens. When you're someone who's loving and kind and giving and helpful, you attract someone who will prey upon that. And empaths happen to attract narcissists. That's what happens. But it's not a bad thing. It helped me. He helped me. he helped me to understand the truth of who I am, the truth of me being the loving, kind person that I am, because I was able to finally stand up for myself and say, you know what? No, that's not how we're getting down. No, that's not who I am. So one of what Saint Germain is saying to us is that we have the power to take our attention from those things that are hurtful to us, from that pain that feels bad, from someone who may be treating you badly and saying things badly and making you feel badly. You really do have the power to remove your attention from that. And when you remove your attention from that and you focus on who you really are, then your life starts to change and things start to happen. But you have to heal yourself. You really do. You have to be really, really truthful with yourself and look and deep down and see what's going on. Because if you don't, you will wallow, you will wallow, and you will wallow, and you will keep creating new scenarios that are just similar to the one you may have just left. So I just want you to all be encouraged in that. Because if it could happen to me, it could happen to you. But what you can do is stand in your power. What you can do is know the truth of who you are and that you're a magnificent, amazing being and that you are loved and that you are amazing and wonderful and fabulous and that God loves you no matter what anybody tells you. And if you're an empath, if you're in an indigo room, you probably are an empath. You probably feel and you feel the hurt of others, you feel the pain of others, you feel the joy of others, you feel the happiness of others, you feel that energy. And if you're dealing with a narcissist, just let me tell you, you're like the flame and they're the moth. It's like a moth to a flame. But understand that you can remove yourself from that and you can grow from that and you can learn from that and you can be amazing. You like the phoenix rising right up out of the ashes, coming back to your truthful self. And the wonderful thing about having a breakdown or having emotions that you just are just like so confused or having hardships is that if you wake up in the new day, new rising, you have an opportunity to step into your power. You have an opportunity to change your consciousness. You have an opportunity to rewrite, revise your day. You have the opportunity to do that. So we're going to stop here tonight because it's 10:19 and we're going to pick up next week. But with the I AM Discourses chapter 8 before we go into Neville. Actually, there was only a couple more things that I wanted to share, so we'll just pick that up next week. But know you have the ability to change your thought from Chicago to New York. That's what it says. You know what? Let me just finish because it's only two pages. No, you know that you have the ability to change your thought from Chicago to New York in the same instant. And you know that you can change your thought from a condition of light to one of very dense condensation, such as iron. Then one cannot help but see that this which he does every moment, consciously and at will, he can bring into powerful use by consciously fixing the attention and holding it upon what he desires. The attention is the channel by which God's mighty energy, through thought and feeling, flows to its directed accomplishment. Again, with the feeling, please, 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 please. I didn't get this the first 3 times that I read it. I got it the 4th time, but now I'm really getting it on the 5th time. Thought and feeling is the secret. Feeling is the secret. Through thought and feeling flows to its directed accomplishment. because one has yet precipitated something from the invisible, there is that lurking doubt until some simple manifestation has occurred. Then his courage and confidence leaps into dominion, and in the future he has no trouble in precipitating whatever he desires, whatever she desires. The precipitation of gold or jewels from the invisible to the visible is as simple as breathing. When once that foolish questioning doubt accumulated by the outer is consumed or pushed aside. We have to push doubt aside. We have to. It is imperative. At first, it does not take determination. At first it takes determination to do it. But when you know it is the I am power acting, you know it cannot fail. And that's why I say we have to do the work, because it takes determination. We have doubts, we have fears, we all do. And remember, I told you that I did meet a man who was able to just reach in his pocket and pull out money for whatever he needed at the time. He didn't have any money, but he was able to do it. He is so in his I am consciousness that he can literally reach into his empty pockets and pull out money. Dwell on this, and all of a sudden you will find yourself into the activity, and you will be amazed that you dwelt so long without it. I'm in amazement like every day lately, how my mind switches now. It just does this automatic switch right to my I am statements when I'm in a moment of just quiet. I'm just walking by myself. And it's becoming again. It used to do that, and then I let it go, but it's becoming again, and it's automatic. I'm just going right into it. I don't even have to think about it. Like I'm walking, getting off the train. I'm on the subway and I'm sending out my good rising text. And then when I'm done, my mind just switches right over. And I've been noticing that. And I noticed it the other day and I was like, wow, I didn't even have to do it. It just went click. You see, there cannot be a quality or an appearance in your world except that you give to it. We give it the quality, we give it the appearance. When one has become a sincere student reaching to the light, he or she must qualify everything in his environment with the quality of the I am presence, no matter what the appearance seems to be. You wait, you what is it? Oh, you see there cannot be a quality or an appearance in your world except that you give it. Expectation is a very powerful qualifying consciousness to maintain. Intense expectation is a splendid thing. It manifests always. The individual through the centuries has created a veil through which he has shut out the transcendent spheres. If he has created it, which he has, then common sense and reason will tell one that he can uncreate it. And the last thing I want to read, and then we're done, is when you allow the attention to become fixed upon a thing, you that moment give it power to act in your world. Whatever it is you are giving your attention to, you right then at that moment give it power to act in your world. So I do want to encourage you all to, again, focus on those 3 questions. I am going to go back into the chat. If you have anything else you want to share, if you did want to call in, you let me know and I'll give you the number. But we're almost done with the show and we're going to roll out for a minute. But I do want to share a couple of things with you before we leave. And Wanda says, Funky Double Zero says, yes, we are awesome. Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. If you're awesome, if you're not awesome. because I think you're awesome. If you're on the show, then I'm thinking something might have transpired that you're okay. So that's great to hear. And Wanda says, it appears we are experiencing some of the same things around the same time. Linda says, so right, Wanda. Barb says, oh, who here can't relate? And Wanda says, I had to ask myself some hard and truthful questions after that experience. Yes, yes, yes. Susan says, click. And Wanda says, they are energy vampires. Exactly. We know who narcissists are. We know what they are. And they will come in. They come into destroy. They seek and destroy. But we can't let them, and you can allow them to destroy you because they don't care. They don't care. They just come in and they run rampant, and it's they don't care. They have no feeling about you whatsoever. And you think they have a feeling about you, and then you blame yourself and you're going, well, what did I do to make this person hate me so badly? You can't change them. You can only change yourself. But I feel my narcissists, I have several, had several, and they were all manifesting at the same time. It was madness, sheer madness. I cannot even tell you how 2016 and 17 was. I was in hell. And they manifested all at the same time. It was like insane. And but I got to tell you that there's nothing you can do to change them. You have to change yourself. And you have to realize that you are not the issue. And I didn't even know what a narcissist was until I had these types of relationships for a very long time with people, similar types of relationships with people. And I didn't know what a narcissist was until I knew what a narcissist was. And remember when I said on Sunday, you don't know what you don't know until you realize it, until you find out that you don't know, until you find out something new. So you don't know what you don't know. And then I found out what I didn't know. Lord, have us mercy. I just gathered everybody up together. Everybody got gathered up together with the quickness. But then I had to do work on myself. Oh my God. And that is the hardest part because you get beat down. And then you have to realize that, you're not this terrible person. So I encourage you, if you're dealing with a narcissist, honey, email me. Email a sister and I will, give you some tools that I use that help me. And you can write your experience down in the comments below because, you gotta let that go. BJ Moore says, so true. And my sister Susan, yes, she was here. Thank God. Thank God for her. Thank God for my sister Susan because she knows me. She knows me. And that was good because she reminded me often of the truth of who I am. So if you need to be reminded, email me and me and Susan will get on the case. Thank you, my sister Susan. BJ says preach. So I do want to encourage you, if you want to share your stories, please send us your stories. I know sometimes it's hard to type out your stories, because what do you want to tell me? But just type. It'll start to flow. Just start typing. And then, hit the email, the Indigo Room at gmail.com. And it'll just, send it, click send. And we'll get it. And then we'll call you or we'll email you or whatever. And we'll fix it. We'll get the story right. I do want to show you a couple of things before we leave, because Linda and I was working on two logos for the Indigo Room. So I'm going to show you what I showed Linda, and I'm going to put a poll in the video for those people who watch the broadcast later. But for you guys, I would like for you to look at I'm going to see if I can share it if it works. And I'm going to put the logos up, and I would like your feedback. Which logo? Because we're creating a new logo for 2019. I've been working on this. And Linda told me which one she liked. And I know Linda and I, we pretty much like the same one. So I want to hear from you guys which one you like. Now, we have 9 people watching. If you could do me a favor while I'm doing this, while I'm getting the video, while I'm getting the logos to show you, if you could like the video. We have 4 likes, 9 people in. We're not a really popular show yet, right now on YouTube, but I'm popular in my mind. Just so I'm saying that to you. Barb said she will give me stories. Great. Thank you, Barb, because I know you have a lot of stories. And BJ said, I need a theme for the story. There are just so many. Okay, BJ, you could talk about how you use your intuition. You could talk about your guidance system. You could talk about how you created Aspiring a Veganista. You can talk about, I don't know, what happened. How you got from where you are to where you are now. How did you wind up in Maine? Is that where you always lived? Were you born in Maine? I don't know. Okay, so while you guys are figuring out your stories that you're going to send us, and I'm going to get the logos up so that you can look at the logo. Oh, wait, let me unmute Linda. Sorry, Linda. Sorry. I'm going to put the logo up. And Linda already told me which one she likes. And like I said, she and I are on the same wavelength. We like the 2 pretty much the same ones. And I'm going to now ask you guys, you Indigo Room people that I love so much, which ones you like. And I also have some wallpaper for you all. So if you email me at theindigoroom@gmail.com, I can send you the wallpaper that you can use on your own desktop. And I created 2 wallpapers for you guys. Let me just show you the wallpaper. And let me just share this with you. Oops. This is the wallpaper. If you want the wallpaper, you just have to let me know. You just have to email me. And this is the first one. You see it? Is it sharing? Yay, it's sharing, finally. Ah! That is one of the wallpapers. Revise your day, imagine better than the best you know. And you can have one or the other. You can't have both. You only get to pick one this time around. And the second one, let me get the second one, is, hold on a momento, this one. Go Make Your Own World, You Got to Write Yourself In. That's by Octavia Butler. Can you see that second one?
Yes.
Okay, great, Linda. Thank you. So this is the second one. This is number 2, wallpaper number 2, or you want wallpaper number 1. You decide which wallpaper you want, and I will send it to you send me an email at theindigoroom@gmail.com, or if you are in the comments later after the video and you decide that you want 1 or 2, just write it down in the comments and let me know. Now, let me see if I can let me get the, sorry, oops. Let me get the logo up, and I will ask you which logo you prefer. And we're going to just do a little poll, and you can let me know which one you like better. Okay, so let's go here to the Indigo room, and this is the first logo. Can you all see this one?
No.
Okay. Let me pull this. Let me close this. All right. And let me stop sharing. And all right. So what I'm going to do is go back and share my screen. All right. And I will show you. Oops. Hold on a second. Hold on a moment too. All right. I'm gonna get this together. And this is the logo. Hold on. Let's get the logo up. It's two. We have 3 different choices. So you got to pick 1, 2, or 3. All right. Here we go. Can you see that now, Linda?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the logo. This is logo number 1. So you can let me know if you like this one. This is logo number 1. Email me logo number 1, or write in the chat logo number 1. Okay. What do they think? Can they see it in the chat, Linda?
Yes.
Okay. Now this one is logo number 2. The Indigo Room logo number 2. Yeah? Can they can see that, right?
Yes.
It's
It
clear?
just showed up. It just showed up. Yeah.
Okay. So this is logo number 2. And this is Indigo logo number 3. Oh, no, that's not it. Let me get logo number 3. Hold on a moment. Well, just so you know, this is what I was trying to show everybody before. This episode of the Indigo Room is brought to you by Barb Jacobs, Jules Egan, Ray Harvey, BJ Moore, and Stephanie Archer. That's what I was trying to show you all earlier, but it didn't pop up. So it's popping up now. And if you would like to join the Indigo Room and the Raise Your Vibe tribe, email us at theindigoroom@gmail.com for details. To make a love donation to the Indigo Room with Cash App, $ the Indigo Room Show, or you can do it on PayPal. That's what I was trying to show y'all before, but it didn't work. So it's working now. Now this is, oops, sorry. This is logo number 3. Is logo number 3 up, Linda?
No.
Not yet?
No, it's still showing logo 2.
Okay. So let me close this up. All right. Okay, so let me show logo number 3. Okay, cancel. This is the last one. This is logo number 3. And then I'll let you all go. Okay. All right, there we go. That's number 3.
No, that's number 2.
Is it? Number 2?
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Oh, no, you're correct. That is logo 3.
Yeah, that's number 3. That's logo number 3. So we have logo number, oops, we have logo number 1, logo number 2, and logo number 3. So let me know which ones you like. And yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. So I want to thank you all for joining us here in the Indigo Room tonight. And I want to remind you that you remember who you are. You are source energy right here in a physical body. Remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. Remember these 3 questions this week. Ask yourselves these questions, write them down, put them someplace where you can see them and remind yourself on a regular basis. And remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. It's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It's your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. We'll see you on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. when we do our live chat here, right here on the Indigo Room. You can talk about anything. Whatever you want to talk about, you can do that. So you can join us at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I think that is 8:30 Pacific Time a.m. But we're here. It's an open chat. No makeup. No makeup, Sydney. It's no makeup Sundays for Sydney. I come in here just raw. So Linda will be here, and hopefully you'll join us too. Linda, do you have anything you want to share or say?
Just everyone have a good night and catch you on Sunday.
And we love you, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Indigo Room. Thank you, Linda, for being here and always being my ace boon coon. Oh, everybody said they lost track. BJ Moore says she's confused. I lost track, I'm confused. I will send you all, if you email me, I'll send you the 3 logos, and then you can pick the ones that you like. All right. We'll do that. We'll do it that way. I love you. Have a great week. Email me and I'll send you the logos, and then you can pick and choose. I'll just make a little video with the logos on them. It'll make it easy. Bye. Thank you, Linda. Love you guys. Have a great week. See you on Sunday. Bye.